Hi, how are you?
Hi.
You look so beautiful.
You look gorgeous. I love your red dress or red
Yeah, it's a top,
top.
and yeah, and you have red lips on. How are
We
you?
match.
Yeah,
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
I know. I know.
How's your family and your everybody?
Everyone's just kind of like taking it one day at a time,
Yeah,
um, crazy times, but what are you gonna do, man?
I know.
There's just so much that's like not in our control
Yeah,
that I think, um, everyone just kind of taking it one day at a time.
yeah. I think that's been the hardest for me is trying to like let go of control because I'm such a control freak that I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't. There's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do. So.
Yeah, no,
Gotta take it
definitely.
day by day.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We're good. My sister and my mom are down the street, so I've like picked up stuff from their house and a mask outside and seen them that way pretty much.
Yeah, yeah,
That's about it.
yeah.
I have some questions that I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Um,
I love this, by the way, that you're doing this. This is
oh,
like,
thank
you're
you.
like a mini Oprah.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's like I'm like it's like a mini Oprah or Trevor Noah or something. It's fun. I get to like
Yeah, yeah.
pretend I'm a journalist or interviewer. But yeah, um, God, you've been working for so long that
First of all, people need to know Davida and I go way back.
yes,
We like grew up ish together.
yeah, we were
Um,
like kind of neighbors in the same apartment complex, and we used to play all like my siblings, yours.
yeah.
Red Rover and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we've known each other since we were 10 years old.
Yeah. So long.
Literally.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Um, okay. What was your what's a funny onset memory from Full House? I mean,
Oh my
it's so long
gosh.
ago.
So long ago. Okay, Full House. What I remember about Full House is that I used to steal all the candy from craft service,
Oh, really?
and I had like a collection of candy in my mom's like closet. It was like this box of candy, and every time I'd come home from set, I would empty my backpack into this box, and my older brothers, Jojo and Jussie, would always try to go in there and steal my candy. And I had this thing of like, y'all leave my candy
Don't
alone.
touch it.
And I would never eat the candy either, but I would just like to save it.
It was
I
like,
guess I was saving it for a rainy day or something.
yeah,
And,
collection.
yeah. And then one day, my heart was so broken. One day there was like a trail of ants going into my mom's
Oh
closet, and we had
no.
to throw all the candy away. So I remember that. I remember the twins were so sweet to me. My mom had taught me how to read when I was 4, and so I remember uh, at the table read, like being able to read my script, and they were so impressed
Oh,
by
really?
the fact that I could read.
You can read
Um,
the
but yeah, other than that, I don't remember a lot. I was so young. I was a
yeah.
baby.
How old were you?
I was 5, 6, and
Oh
7,
my
I think.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shocked you remember anything.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
oh, and what was one of your fondest memories of Friday Night Lights, and what do you miss about it?
Oh, I love doing Friday Night Lights so much. I loved as an actor, we had the ability to improvise. And so I was so spoiled because my storyline, Jess Merriweather, I was working with amazing actors like Jesse Plemons and Michael B. Jordan and,
Yeah.
um, just the whole cast was amazing. And so oftentimes we just had so much liberty, and so I remember being in scenes with Mike and just being like, okay, so I'm not going to say this, and he would be like, yeah, I'm not going to say this either, so we'll just go. We didn't have rehearsals.
Oh,
We shot very quick on Friday Night Lights, and the cameras would just kind of like follow us around, and it was great, you know, for your acting chops, just to be able to stay in the moment and listen, you know, because you really never knew what the other character was going to say because
Yeah.
so much of it was off book.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You know, Jason Katims, who created it, he was a amazing, amazing writer, but a lot of his shows are that way, like Parenthood's that way, where he
Oh, yeah.
really encourages the actors to use the script, obviously, to hit the beats. But with Friday Night Lights, we were just so encouraged to improvise. You know, one thing Jason said to me was, I can't tell you what it's like to be a 16-year-old Black girl, you know, so for that reason,
Yeah.
you know.
That's awesome. I feel like that'd
Yeah,
be a
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool environment to work under.
Friday Night Lights was amazing. I mean, it was unlike any TV show I've ever done.
Someone said, "Do the canary cry?" Wait, that's crazy.
Not really possible. I mean, and if it were, this would be ended. Like,
That'd
it'd
be
be done. And
crazy.
your ears would be shattered. And
Okay. Well, that leads me to another question. Why was playing Black Canaries important to you?
oh my gosh, Black Canary was a dream for me to play for so many reasons. You know, I'd always wanted to be in like one of the comic book movies and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and was such a fan of DC. And so, you know, the opportunity to be a part of Birds of Prey, which was so groundbreaking in so many ways. It was like,
Yeah.
you know, to do an R-rated girl gang action comic book movie, you
Yeah.
know, was a dream. And I just loved Black Canary so much. I had a lot of fun with her, and also so many things about her terrified me, which is really what I look for, you know, when doing characters. It's like, what is it going to cost me? Is it going to cost me a lot physically, emotionally, mentally? And yeah, I mean, I had to like sing and learn martial arts.
Crazy.
And so it really, she stretched me to do things that I hadn't done um, yet. So playing her is a dream, you know. I'm so,
Yeah.
and she's just so dope, you know, like she's one of,
Yeah.
you know, in the comics, she's just so amazing. It was a real honor.
Oh, yeah. Someone asked, did you read the comics? Did you?
I did, yeah. I tried to read almost all of them prior to filming
Oh, cool.
because it was important to me to like be able to do justice to the source.
Yeah.
And she'd been changed and retconned so many different times, so it was important to kind of like hone in on what made her special, you know, as
Yeah.
Black Canary and Dinah Lance, you know, what, sorry, it's loud. Um, uh, so yeah, you know, it was a dream.
I just kept, when I was watching it, I just kept thinking, whoa, this is so much work. You guys worked so hard.
It was painful. I mean, the whole, you know, we trained for almost 5 months,
Oh,
and I
whoa.
worked out 5 days a week and
Wow.
really had to change my diet to like put on more muscle.
Yeah.
Because Black Canary, she's so strong, you know, and fierce, and she's been training and doing martial arts for so way longer than I have.
Yeah.
You know it. So for me, it was about putting on weight, and I had Hunter like 18 months, 19 months prior to starting my training. So I had to like just kind of dive in, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still nursing him and
Oh my
stuff.
gosh.
And so it was my body was just like, what are you doing to me? I don't like this.
Yeah.
But then I felt
actually,
really strong, you know.
yeah, no, that was actually a question too, is how has becoming a mother changed the way you approach your acting career?
Oh, it's changed the way I approach it so much, because I just don't have the amount of time that I used to have.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of made me very, like, I have to focus and zone in. And it's made it where I just kind of get in it and get out of it really fast. You know, I went back to work. I shot up until 9 days before having Hunter, and then went back to work kind of like part-time when he was 2 months old. and then full time when he was 18 months old, and I haven't stopped since until Corona happened. And so it's changed how my brain has functioned, because the nurturing side of me has increased, but the focus, like I'm able to like have this real crazy focus because I don't have the amount of prep time that I used to be able to afford myself.
Yeah. Do you keep in touch with your Black Canary cast?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I mean, just spoke with, actually, I've like spoken or texted with all of them over the past week. I mean, yeah, we're actually really close and really enjoy each other's company.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, shooting Birds of Prey was a lot of fun, but it was also really brutal. And I think for that reason we bonded. But then also on the press tour again, we were all hanging out and like drinking, and
it was just fun.
Had a good old time. And
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Where did you shoot it?
We shot Birds of Prey here in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Did you get to take any props home with you?
I did. I got to keep the good night bat.
Oh, cool.
And I got to keep some of my Black Canary jewelry, which they may not know about, but I stole it, so whatever. Now they know.
Now they know.
Now they know. But yeah, Kathy gave me the bat, which was really, I mean, it was really, really awesome of her to give me that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then I got like some signed comic books from all the girls, and vintage Black Canary comic book.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I thought this question was great. It was, what was the most difficult scene to film in Birds of Prey that didn't include stunt work?
That didn't include stunt work. It would probably be just the idea of the singing part was really challenging for me, because I respect singers so much, and I like curl into a ball when when I'm supposed to sing around people. So that was probably the second hardest thing to do. But yeah, obviously the stunts was, well, you know what? Actually, no, I'm lying. Not the singing. The hardest scene was the Roman scene in the nightclub when he has the young woman stand up on the table, and he has the boyfriend like cut her dress off. That scene was fucking awful.
Yeah, I mean, that is.
It was really hard to shoot. Like my body, every time watching her have to do that, and watching him, he was so evil. And it's, he's an amazing actor because he's so not that in person. And so watching him do that every time, it just vibrated through my body, and I couldn't stop myself from becoming emotional. Every take. That scene was really hard.
I can see that. That was a pretty crazy scene.
I hated it. It. Yeah, it was nasty.
Are you working on something called Lovecraft Country?
Yes.
Okay,
we just wrapped. It's a TV show for HBO that Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams are producing, that was created by Misha Green, who was the creator of Underground, the TV show I did previous. And it comes out this summer. Can I say that? Maybe I can't say that, but you'll find that out very soon.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing cast, and I cannot wait for people to see it. It's I mean, my most proudest work, honestly.
Is really?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Mean, the cast is just incredible. Misha's just such a brilliant writer. And really HBO, we were able to do so many things on this show that it was just unlike anything I've ever been a part of, regardless of format. Like, it's Lovecraft Country is on a whole nother scale. I mean, I can't even describe it. I'm so excited about it, Davida, that I cannot wait for people to see it. I mean, it's like this crazy mix of horror and it's like a social thriller, sci-fi set in Jim Crow America in 1955 and go.
Wow. That sounds so cool.
It's amazing.
What was it like working with Jordan Peele? He's one of my favorites. I don't
You
know.
know, I mean, Jordan, he really gave Misha so much independence with this. And so this was like Misha's baby, and,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm such a fan of Jordan, and to see, how supportive he and JJ were of, telling Misha's vision, it was amazing, to see. And yeah, he then called me and asked me to do Twilight Zone, which I just wrapped doing that right before Corona.
Oh, is that when you were in Canada?
Yeah, I was in Vancouver doing that. Yeah.
How was that? Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of fun to do, but it was crazy because it was like we just barely made it back from Vancouver. And I mean, I made it back 2 days before they closed the borders.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was weird. When I think back to it all, I was like, I mean, I was shooting scenes with like 150 background artists, I mean, it was just so different a month.
Yeah.
I mean, I was supposed to be right now back in Vancouver doing this movie, and so yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's why I was there.
It's hard to think about, even when like productions start going again, it's going to just be different. I mean, they're going to have to approach it so differently now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone really knows how to do it, but we have to do it. I mean, clearly we can't live without art, you know. We're all binging
exactly.
all the HBO and Netflix and Disney Plus. I mean,
Yeah, I've heard every new album too that's come out in the past month.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't tell you how many people have tweeted me being like, Underground is awesome. And I'm like, thank you. But it was on years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I just have one more question and then we can wrap it up. But what would be your dream role?
Oh, like a Broadway musical.
Really? That'd be cool.
Have you
ever done Broadway?
I've done theater, but I've never done Broadway, no. And it would just be the thing that I'm most afraid to do, that I would love to conquer one day.
It seems scary. It seems horrifying.
Horrifying. The thing I love so much about theater in general is it's just you, and you feed off of the energy, and it's either true or false, right?
Yeah.
But like then you add the musical element into it. It's just terrifying and something I have to do one day.
Well, I hope you get to. That'd be amazing. I'd love to come see
it. Well, thank you so much for
thank you for doing this for me, and I'm so glad I get to see you finally. It's been a while.
I know, girl.
and it had to be on the phone, but it's okay. Hopefully.
I know. When all this is done, we'll definitely have to go out and get some sushi.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right. Well,
all right.
See you soon. Thank you again.
Talk soon. Bye.